Okay, oh, this shade is just perfection. It's gorgeous. My order with the McGrath bronze collection finally arrived, or partially arrived, because knowing McGrath, as per usual, well, I know there were some items that specifically stated on her website that they were going to ship later on, and hence I placed two orders, separate orders, knowing which ones were going to ship later on and which ones were going to ship supposedly, presumably, sooner, but they didn't. They didn't. It took forever to ship, and I know it may sound like, oh, why you're complaining right away. It's not complaining. It's very hard to come here to YouTube and try to do a review in a timely manner, knowing that there are so many other content creators that they are going to do their review. So I first of all want to say thank you so much to all of you that are tuning in this video. The reason why I said I'm doing it for you is because of this. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me tell you. Autumn, it's okay. Winter is too cold. Spring hates me. I have so bad allergies, but I love summer. And the bronze collection from McGrath recalls for summer. So I said, you know what? I love summer. I want to feel bronzed up. And I'm doing this for you because although I don't feel up to my 100%, I know part of this collection is available right now at Sephora, and Sephora is still having their savings event where you can get 20%, 15%, or 10% off depending on the tier that you're at. So sorry if you are gonna see me, I hope not as neat, but you're gonna see some redness right here. I'm gonna try to apply more more foundation as we go, but let's go ahead and start talking about these products. So if you watch my Sephora try on haul, then you know that I have got two of the bronzers. One is in bronze Nirvana and then also bronze Dawn. These two are available right now at Sephora's website. I will be swatching them in just 1 second. And then also I have gotten the Divine Bronzer in Desert Glow. This one is, I think, the only one on the entire shade range. There are a total of 8 different shades that has a little bit of not glittery, but kind of like a satin finish. And this is the one that I was the most intrigued of because I feel like summer recalls for the sun, for that shine, for that healthy glow to the skin. And then also I picked up the shade Nude Honey. Now, Nude Honey, I'm going to be very honest with you. It looks very light. I'm pretty sure it will work really well for those who have fair complexions, but it looks like it's a little bit more, I mean, for a fair skin tone, it's going to be neutral. But for someone like me, I have a light to medium complexion, it's going to be a little bit more cool tone, kind of more like a contour rather than a bronzer. I mean, it could be this even on the pan. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. I have here, this is Nude Honey, and this one is Desert Glow. And if you're new here to my channel, welcome, and welcome to all of you, my beautiful friends. I film in natural light, and it's a nice day, a little bit windy. That's why my allergies are acting up so badly. But aside to the bronzers, I went ahead and picked up also the new blush in Divine Rose number 3, as well as the Divine Bronze Eyeshadow Quad. I also picked up lip products, which was a lipstick, a lip liner, and a lip gloss. But then again, has not shipped just yet. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start with the swatches. Let's go first with Nude Honey. And these bronzers, they do have a shelf life of 18 months. They come with 9.5 grams of product and they are made in Italy. Honestly, they are very soft, smooth. Seems like they do have really good amount of emollients. The next shade I'm going to swatch is Desert Glow. I love also the embossing with the crown, very typical of Mother Pat McGrath. And I have here Bronze Dawn, which is a little bit deceiving on the pan because believe me, in the pan it looks a little bit more cooler in tone, but when applying it, it has a little bit more of warmth to it, a little bit of a golden undertone. The Bronze Nirvana has a little bit more of like a orangey undertone, and then the last shade is Bronze Nirvana, which in all honesty it looks just a touch more warm than Desert Glow, but very much on that family, just not as perhaps that glowy vibe as Desert Glow. So there you have it. Nude Honey, Desert Glow, Bronze Zone, and Bronze Nirvana. Nude Honey, which you can barely see it on my skin. Then I have Desert Glow, Bronze Dawn, and Bronze Nirvana. Since I have already tried on camera Bronze Dawn and Bronze Nirvana, I'm gonna focus on the other two shades, starting first with Nude Honey, which is the lightest, and I'm gonna be using a Sonia G Sculpt 4. Ooh, they pick up a lot. Okay, I'm gonna tap it. And I applying it a little bit below the cheekbone, kind of to chisel out a little bit my jawline with it, because although it's not a true cool tone, it's more neutral than anything. I don't think it's gonna bronze me up as it's supposed to be a bronzer. And by the way, I will be leaving all the details of each of the products that I'm using today. My foundation matches, everything will be on the description box below too for your convenience. And there's also a new feature here on YouTube that you can actually, there's a little like icon on this side that says view products. You can tap it and it will show you the products that are showcased on such video. Okay, there you have it. So this one is Nude Honey. As you can tell, it actually defined me really well without giving me an overcast or a shadow as say a contour product will do. I mean, this is a true bronzer, but honestly, I mean, from the get-go, I already told you this is not the shade for my skin tone. And that is exactly why I'm very excited about this collection, because who but Pat McGrath to bring us a good shade range that will cater different skin tones. I mean, 8 shades is not to say lightly, because she goes for those who have fair skin tones all the way to deeper complexions. I'm gonna go with a Refer brush, and I think by the time that I'm uploading this video, Refer is still having their 40% off site-wide. If you want natural hair bristle brushes, they are incredible, and I'm gonna be using the shade Desert Glow, which, like I said, this is the one that I was the most excited for. And there is a little bit of kickback, not a ton, on the pan. Just gonna tap the brush, and as you can tell, that's how much I have, and let's bronze up my complexion. I'm taking it a little bit above, and I think you can really tell right there that this has a warmer undertone. Look how beautiful this looks. Now, these bronzers, what I have learned is that they do have really good amount of pigmentation. So you can definitely go with confidence that these are not shy, but they are also easy to blend. I feel that they have really nice emollients, and look how easy, non-patchy they are. In fact, I'm applying it right here. Oh, I'm so sorry. My allergies are not good, but I need to do this. My actual job is being a caterer and event designer too, and it is already wedding season, so I have to do these videos when I have the time, and this is the time that I have, so bear with me and my allergies. I love you so much for doing so. Okay, oh, this shade is just perfection. I have tried the other two shades. Oh, and let me tell you one thing. The mirror, it's kind of like, like it kind of zooms you in. It's not the typical mirror that she used. I can see my face very clear. So it's a really good quality mirror, but it's like perhaps like times two the way that you see yourself. So it's gonna show yourself very nice and up close. What I was gonna say is, out of all the 4 shades that I have purchased, this one, Desert Glow, is the one that I like the most. I can tell you right away, this is the perfect shade for me. It's not too warm. It does have the perfect bronze tone for me. Before I go into the eyeshadow palette, let me show you some comparisons, starting first with Gucci. And I have here the shade number 3. and the shade number 4. 4 is more of a reddish undertone. 3 is more of what I will say. Oh yeah. I mean, it is warm tone, but a little bit more neutral if I compare it to, say, Desert Glow from Pat McGrath. There you go. That's the shade number 4 from Gucci. And in terms of finish, the finish is very alike. And I'm surprised because Desert Glow is not as glowy as I thought it will be. It does have a little bit of a sheen, but not by much. Let's go with Tom Ford Terra. This is one of my favorite and oh, so good. And I'm just gonna compare it to Bronze Dawn. I think in terms of the shade is alike to Bronze Dawn, but the finish again, these are more smooth, they are more silky. Tom Ford is even more silky than the Gucci one. The Gucci has a silky kind of effect, but the one from Tom Ford is like extremely smooth, extremely silky. And now let's try Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade number 3. This is a deeper shade, I will say, than the ones that I have from Pat McGrath. And then I also have the shade number 2. I mean, look at the difference. This is the shade number 2 and this is the shade number 3. I mean, it is a big jump. And I'm just going to put the shade number 3 right here because, as you are going to be able to tell, is deeper than all the other ones. And then the shade number 2, I will say, I will just pair it with, I think it's Nude Honey, the one from Pat McGrath. I think that's the name. Yeah, it actually, it relates more. Now let's move on into the Divine Rose Eye Quad in Venusian Sunrise. It's also made in Italy with 18 months shelf life. It has this beautiful unicard that it's, you know, like the sun. It looks very like luxurious. Pat McGrath has done an incredible job. And I really love that she kept all the packaging with her beautiful black lacquer. I think this is very special. And let's just take a peek right here. And it looks stunning. It's a bronze tone kind of palette, which we don't see much from Pat McGrath. We always see more of her pinky shades, although she's giving us here. This particular shade is a shade that we see it very repetitive on Pat McGrath eyeshadow. It's kind of like a burgundy undertone, and I mentioned it before many years ago that the reason why I think she keeps including it is because it's a shade that really shows on deeper complexions. So her way to really cater for deeper complexions, giving that nude kind of vibe, but again for deeper skin tones, is by including this shade. While this other matte shade right here is more for those of us that we have either light, fair, light to medium skin tone, while this one is more medium to deep. Not that you cannot use this shade, but this shade, you know, someone with a deeper and rich complexion is going to show differently than what it will show to us. So we have here a metallic shade, which is called Nude Solaris. Then we have Sunset Taupe, a beautiful bronze shade, not really taupe, in my opinion. Velvet Eclipse, and these are all new shades, by the way, which is also a matte shade. And as you can see, it has that reddish undertone to it. And then the last shade is Gilded Glamour, which looks kind of like a special astral shade. It's extremely smooth and wet like. In fact, it looks gilded. It's gorgeous. And it's a little bit not exactly alike to the new 5 pound palettes that we have seen Pat McGrath launching during the holiday season, but I like to that formulation, creamy and smooth. Now, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to be using all 4 shades on my eyelids, but honestly, with any eyeshadow palette, you don't need to use 4 shades. I mean, 3 shades, 2 shade, one and done. I mean, you name it, but I think it's just all fair to try all the shades so that way we can see the formulation and how they perform. Going with this Refer Prototype brush, I'm going to go to the brown shade. And as you can tell, you get a lot of pigment right away. And I'm just gonna take it above my crease. Look at the amount of pigment. Okay, it's blending nice and well. I don't see patches. The Refer 14 brush, I'm gonna go to the deeper shade. And I'm gonna take this shade and applying it on the outer V. And I'm being very conservative on the amount of product that I'm using because the eyeshadows from Pat McGrath, if you go all for it, they are not shy on pigment. So that's something that you have to be prepared of with Pat McGrath. That's the way that she runs her show, and something that you should know from Pat McGrath. She doesn't shy away from pigment. And again, another shade that no patches, super easy to blend. I do have hooded eyelids on my fourth floor, so I do have a lot of fine lines, and it's not grabbing, it's not patchy, it's beautiful. The Sonia G Builder Pro, I'm going to take this gilded shade. Now I can tell it does have little flecks of finely milled glitter, and therefore I will highly suggest to use either a glitter glue or wet it. I'm gonna try it just for the purpose of this video as it is. I'm just gonna tap it and let's see from there. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that. It's so reflective. And as long as you tap it, like right now, myself, I'm not finding any fallout. If you don't tap it, most likely you're gonna find, somewhat of like little specks, like right here, for example. I just found a speck on my eyelash, which is totally normal. You will see the consistency, but it does have nice emollient, so it really grabs on the skin really well. So if you want to have that Pat McGrath effect, I mean, this eyeshadow will give it to you, and perhaps this is the eyeshadow that give the, is the life of the party, the life of the squad. Now, using my finger, I'm just gonna go to this metallic shade. Yes, you can use a brush, but I have a terrible mess right here. I had been trying to pop as much content as possible lately, so it is chaotic here. But anyhow, I'm gonna pop this shade right on the center of the eyelid, and this is something that I usually do with lighter shades so that it will give me a halo kind of effect. It opens up a little bit more my eyelid, mostly because I have very small space on my eyelid because they are hooded. When I have them open, you don't see much of the eyeshadow. So by having these, it's kind of like my little trick that you often see me doing, is I just try to pop a lighter shade on the middle of my eyelid, and it just makes my eyelids a little bit more, like open. With a BK Beauty 204 brush, I'm going to go to this brown shade and I'm going to apply it beneath my lower lash line. And with a Sonia G flat definer, I'm going to go to the deeper shade, and I'm going to take it also beneath my lower lash line, but concentrating it on the outer third, and this just give more definition, and I'm just dragging it upwards too. Going to line a little bit with the same shade, tapping in the excess, my upper lash line, and just creating kind of like a mini wing to again open it up with whatever is remaining on the brush. I'm just gonna smoke it out towards the front without adding any more product. With the Refer 03 brush, I'm gonna go to the lightest shade, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it right on my inner corner, and then also on my brow bone. On this collection, there's also a new blush in Divine Rose. Could you guess the name right? But number 3, which I think it's a warmer tone than the other Divine Roses that we have seen before. Yes, it's different enough, and I will say, I mean, we could cater any skin tone pretty much, but perhaps the most that will benefit from this shade could be those with light medium tan complexions. It's a beautiful tone. In fact, it's kind of like a um warm coral kind of tone. It's lovely, very pretty, and as smooth as silky. It doesn't have any sheen or shimmer. It's kind of her classic kind of formulation, and I'm just gonna tap a little. This is how much my brush picked up. Ooh, that's a gorgeous shade. Mm-hmm. Okay, This is lovely. This shade is so beautiful because it does bring that warmth to the skin. The shade is phenomenal. It actually warms up the complexion, but it's still giving that rosiness to the cheeks, which is just fantastic. Although this is not really a highlighter and it's very, very strong, I'm gonna go lightly with a Refer number 20 brush. I'm gonna tap it and take the excess, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it, and I'm gonna just pop it in a little bit on the highest points of my cheeks just to bring a little bit of like a highlighter effect. Not that you need to, honestly, and you can use any of Pat McGrath Lumina eyeshadows that you may have or any other brand. But I feel if anything, that's what but but I like a good glow. Look, this gives me a very subtle glow the way that I applied it. I tapped it just once, tapped the excess, and then went for it and kind of like buff it a little, like little by little, so it just looks a little bit more seamless. I went ahead and applied a little bit of lip gloss, lip liner, and then this is the final look. And now what I think about this collection from Pat McGrath. Like all of us, I think we had been awaiting for finally Pat McGrath coming out with bronzers, and I'm so happy she did because she's a master on her craft. And who else to give us bronzers that have the correct shade range for multiple skin tones? I think she has done an outstanding job bringing us 8 shades. The formula is beautiful. If you want me to compare to any formula that I have on my collection, I mean, I had been thinking of so many. I feel that it's a pretty comparable formula, perhaps mostly to Charlotte Tilbury in terms of finish. In terms of formulation, the way it feels like Gucci, and it kind of lands in between. There's not really that satiny finish on these bronzers. They really land into that soft matte finish. And even the one, what's it called, Desert Glow, is not that glow effect that I was thinking, oh, something like that Tom Ford will give me, or something like Valentino will give me, or Sisley will give me. No, it's not that satiny, which it's moderate and it's okay because some people they may not want to venture to that line, but I feel that overall the formulation is chef's kiss. Airbrush, beautiful. I mean, you saw in the application, it was just a breeze to apply. Same thing with the blush. I think her blushes, they are beautiful. And I even feel that this particular blush, I don't know if she changed something in the formulation, but I feel that it's a little bit more creamy. It's not a cream blush, but I feel that there's some sort of more a smooth kind of feeling, even to touch, even when swatching it, it feels a little bit more that it glides with easy, making it very easy to melt into the skin beautifully. And the shade is stunning. I mean, like, this shade is fantastic. It's a shade for all year round. It's not too muted, and it does have pigmentation, which is something that with Pat McGrath, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video while I was applying the eyeshadows, she's not shy from. And talking about the eyeshadows, yes, although the eyeshadows, they are not repeated shades, but they are alike shades to other shades that we most likely have in our collection from Pat McGrath. Decoration itself, the color story itself, it gives what it's supposed to give, that bronze seductive look, ideal for summertime. I think she did. I mean, this is her craft. This is what she knows what to do. Put together, color stories, make it easy, user friendly, and this is what it is. And I really enjoy that she give us different kind of formulations from two very nice matte shades that you can just use it all over the lid if you wish for, to giving us a soft metallic shade, to give us something alike to an astral shade. This is it. The life of the eyeshadow quad is this gilded shade. Is stunning, gorgeous, and as I was able to demonstrate, you will not get fallout as long as you tap it gently, or if you are like, okay, I'm not gonna risk it, don't know if it's gonna happen with me or not, but you can always use it spraying it with any spray of your like, or use a glitter glue. Doesn't have any chunky glitters, it's something finely milled, but if you are used to her astral shades, it has that texture, but it does have a lot of emollients. It's to me in between the formulation from an astral shade and the ones that we find in her 5-pan palettes, like that. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to try the lip products because they didn't arrive on time. And that being said, I don't have anything against Pat McGrath website. I have ordered multiple times from them. I find out that their customer service, it's okay. They improve as time goes on, but the way that they ship the items so slow is something that in this beauty industry that we see multiple releases coming out, like popping every day, like we have a ton in just one day and so forth, it can perhaps kind of lose interest. It's like, okay, it's not arriving. But the good thing is that Pat McGrath, she comes with various discounts throughout the entire year. I mean, as for example, when there's a new launch, you get usually 10% off. Then all of a sudden, she have a 25% discount or 30% discount with a minimum purchase. I mean, she have various discounts. So although the bronzers are not limited edition, the other products, I'm pretty sure they are limited edition, including this quad. So if you really want the quad and you can get some sort of discount at Sephora, I will highly suggest you to order from Sephora, or just wait for a good sale from Pat McGrath. And if, say, the quad is available, the bronzers most likely may be available. Just wait until then, but it's up to you. Anyhow, I really wanted to bring you this review right here because I saw that not only the bronzers were popping on Sephora, but also the quad. So I said, you know what, might as well, let's just do the review and give you my opinion of what I think about these products. Regardless, I will say 100% if you're looking at them and you feel like, are they worth it? They are not. They totally are. So, okay, my friends, this makes it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you find it helpful. I would love to hear from you. Have you picked up any of these products from Pat McGrath, the bronzers, the quad, or perhaps you're adding them to cart right now? Thank you so much for bearing with me and these Rudolph knows right now. I don't feel I need to be sorry for it. It's human stuff. I mean, I have allergies and this is what I have to deal with. But anyhow, my friends, it was great to be here with you. I would love to read your comments and continue the conversation on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. It would be incredible if you can come and follow me on my Instagram and TikTok. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends. And if you're not done watching my content, I will be doing a couple other videos right here that I'm sure you're gonna love. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.